Hello parents and professionals. Today we're going to talk about something fun. We're going to talk about how to have fun. Alright, so it is coming up to the long summer holidays. I know we're not quite there yet, but I want to get you prepared for this because I want to teach you how to have fun. Here's the thing, sometimes we're so conditioned to be doing what we're doing and being who we're being. This is the challenge, is that doing what you do causes you to be who you become. Often it shouldn't really be that way, but sadly it oftentimes is. Now that means that if you are a stressed out teacher, if you are a grandma who looks after kids after school hours and you are tired, that doing what you do causes you to be who you are. So in a sense, those young people that are around you will see the way that you are feeling. You know, they're going to experience it too. And we're coming up to a point in time like this sunny summer break. God, I hope it's sunny this summer. This sunny summer break that's coming up is an opportunity for us to shake it up a little bit and to maybe change the way in which those young people around us perceive who we are. And here's how we're going to do it. So the very first thing is, the routine is going to be different. So make the most of that. Like, break the routine. Not completely, you know, we still need some spine in there. We need some backbone to what we're doing because routine provides that for us. But we can start to shake things up a little bit. That means that if you are a parent who normally gets up at a certain time and has a certain kind of breakfast with your kids, screw that, make pancakes. Do something different. You know, maybe put in a little bit more time and energy than you might otherwise have the time and energy to give. You know, take advantage of this change in routine that the summer holidays are going to offer to you. If you are a teacher who has been really focused on SATs or GCSEs for the last few months, we're coming to a point in time now where maybe those last few weeks of school can be a little bit more easygoing, can be a bit more relaxed. Shake it up, do a lesson outside, do something different, break the routine. Let's start to show and develop a different side to our personality with these young people that we're working with, so that they don't just see us as kind of boring one-dimensional adults, but can actually start to see that, you know what, we can have fun too. If you've got young people around you who are participating in activities with each other, maybe they're playing a game, maybe you got a 6-year-old who's playing with his Barbies, maybe you have got a 14-year-old who is learning to play the guitar, join in. Yep, you heard me. Get in there. Listen, we all know you've been to the park before and you wanted to go on the slide. You wanted it. You know you did. Go on the frickin' slide. Do it. Like, get in there. Put your hands in the Play-Doh. Join in. You know, start to get messy. We can also really use humour to our advantage here. Maybe you know a funny story about Grandpa. Maybe, you know, it's just made me think of a funny story about one of my grandparents, sorry. I might tell you the funny story at the end. Maybe you know a funny story about a teacher you used to have that no one else knows. Don't go telling funny stories about other teachers in the school. That's probably going to get you into trouble. Funny stories are a great way to get your young people to see that you have an element of fun to your personality. And it can just kind of bridge a gap sometimes, you know. Humour can work really well at bringing people together and creating a sense of closeness that was not otherwise there before. I want you to start to compartmentalize the important stuff, because I'm not an idiot. I know that in amongst me telling you to have fun, all of the important stuff still needs to happen. You know, you still need to pay the bills, you still need to mark the test papers, you still need to do that stuff. So I'm not saying stop doing it, and I'm not saying bring fun into that, because quite often you can't. What I'm saying is make it almost like a time. Make it like fun time and then work time or parenting time, so that you can switch it out between those different personas or those different skill sets that you might need to switch from one to the other. Let's say that you have got to do some serious stuff that particular fun day. Get it done at either end of the day. Like, start at the beginning, go into the serious stuff. but then make the block in the middle the fun time, so that there's a point when you go, right, guys, I'm yours now. What are we going to do today? Let's have some fun together. So compartmentalize the tricky stuff, you know, the answering of the phone. Make that time when your phone is maybe on silent or on divert, whatever else you need to do, so that you can really put your focus into having fun in the same way that you would put your focus into doing something really important that you need to do. Because guess what? Fun's important too. And finally, make fun a priority. Now, why don't we do that? We know that eating is important. We know that sleeping is important. We know that discipline is important. Well, fun is important too. Sometimes on training, and I've mentioned this before, we do an exercise where we think about what are the most important things that a parent can provide to their child. And amongst all of the obvious things you would think of, we often get fun on the list in some way, shape or form. Like, it's so important. It's such a big bonding, learning. So many experiences can come out of having fun together. So I want you to make it a priority for this summer. Does it need to be expensive? No. Can it be? Yeah. But it doesn't have to be. You know, you can have fun doing all sorts of different things together. Sometimes it just comes down to a certain kind of conversation that you're having. So let's make fun a priority. Now, let me tell you the funny story. I don't know if this is appropriate, but I'm going to share it anyway. Now, this is something that my nan told me when I was little. I don't think she was having, I don't think she was meaning to create a bonding, funny experience. But in my world, it went that way. So I have a grandparent who, from my perspective, had always been quite strict and quite stern and quite unforgiving, I would say, in her demeanour overall, and moany. Anyway, one time when I was at her house, she told me a story about when she was younger. There was a man that used to drive down the road and sell vegetables off of the back of his truck. And so people would, rather than going to the supermarket, they would go outside for when the vegetable man came, and they would buy their vegetables off of him. Now, maybe it's because she is quite strict and quite stern and quite steely in her character. Maybe this is what made it so funny. But she went out to buy some vegetables off of the vegetable man, and he threw a cauliflower at her, and it hit her in the face. The cauliflower hit her in the face, and it broke her nose. And when she told me this, when I was, I don't know, I was probably like 7 or 8 or something, I just thought I still think it's funny. It's not funny. She broke her nose. I mean, this is terrible. But I remember the point at which she told me, and I started giggling. And then she was kind of laughing too, but she was laughing like, you should be feeling sympathetic right now. This was not supposed to be a funny story. So she was kind of laughing like, why are you laughing, you evil child? And then that made me laugh even more. Anyway, despite the challenging relationship I continue to have with her, it's still one of my funniest memories is when she told me the story about getting hit in the face with a cauliflower. And I just shared it with you. So if you have something like that you can share with young people who maybe see you as being quite serious all the rest of the time, then share it. Because maybe when, you know, you're old and grey and they're adults, they might still be laughing about it, and that's a good thing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video today. Go and have fun, and before you do the fun stuff, make sure you click the thumbs up for this video, hit the notifications bell and subscribe to the channel if you didn't already do that. But until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye.